around 7 more revolutions. A lot of shit has happened with very few solutions. How do you unpack what's happened this week? Give Mike and Greg the mic and listen to them speak on the Sunday Papers Podcast.
Read all about it. Read all about it. Sunday Papers with our brand new podcast company, Gotham. I think it's called Podcasts. Gotham Podcasts.
You sound clear.
Oh my God, the video is going to look so much better.
I don't think either of us want that.
We're using Riverside FM Studio, it's
I
called. I don't know what that is.
Vaseline on the lens, get the Barbara Walters filter.
I have so much makeup on.
The Barbara
I get up
filter.
at 6 a.m.
Oh man, I got up late.
Yeah, what happened? What did you do last night? You're so fucking groggy right now.
Well, you know, they aren't exactly slow news days. I've been staying up late, and I got to change that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that your New Year's resolution?
Yep, it is. Earlier to bed. All I got to do is read. All I have to do is break out a book, and it'll be fine.
You don't read. You're not a reader.
Oh, no, I'm reading now.
Really?
Yeah, well, if listening also counts.
Nope, does not count.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because you know why? Because I know that with your ADHD, you're incapable of sitting down and concentrating on what you're listening to. So you're multitasking while listening.
I do rewind quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what? Wait, where are they?
Well, how are you listening? What are you doing while you're listening?
The best case, and I think a lot of people do this, is I am cleaning. I'm like, or laundry or something. But my most dedicated listen is when I'm in the car.
That's good. Yeah, I get
the
that.
car is good.
I take a sleeping pill every night, and then I put on 45 minutes of the driest, most boring biography I can find. Right now, right. I'm listening to Gerald Ford again.
I have my list. Asleep. I have my next book on deck also. I'm reading James, which is written, it's about Huck Finn, written from Jim's point of view. And it's won all the awards and all that. That's going to be next. And then right now I'm doing The God of Small Things, which is this crazy story about this Indian family. And that won all the awards, but that one's older.
Yeah, my wife's book group did James, and they all loved it, but they're all a bunch of snowflake lesbians.
Oh, okay. No, I heard it's fantastic.
Super Bowl today. We're burying the lead here, Mike.
Oh, man.
We got the Super Bowl. What's your plans? Where are you going to watch it?
I'm in Florida with my dad.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Well, not really. So Olivia's meeting me down there, and we're like, and I go, oh, Dad, FYI. I go, that's Sunday. This is a couple of weeks ago. That Sunday is the Super Bowl. He's like, oh, right. I go, and so I've been to fun things with him down there in this crazy rich bubble that's down there. And I think I told you the one where we were taken to a yacht club, like where the old school, like all the old members fish are on the wall with their names next to them, and it's a boating club also. It's not just sailing. It's a lot of motorboats. Anyway, it is the whitest crowd I've ever been around. And at the halftime show, it was the one at SoFi Stadium in LA with Eminem, and then all of a sudden, like 50 Cent's hanging upside down, like, in one of the pockets. And then, Dre and Snoop. And it was crazy. And the woman, old woman next to me, next to her husband, goes with zero effort to be funny. She's like, she leans over, she's like, and she's just horrified at what she's seeing, this hip hop thing. And she's like, and they want to defund the police. That was the highlight of that Super Bowl for me. Wow. So I wanted something like that. So I go to my dad. I'm like, hey, and Olivia's coming down from Boston. Keep an eye on your clubs. I know all your clubs are going to throw, Super Bowl parties on us. So then the next thing that happens is Olivia and I get an email of my dad emailing he's emailing the list is who's still alive in his life. The list gets shorter and shorter and shorter saying, hey, I'm hosting a Super Bowl party on the roof of my building. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? So all of a sudden, I think I have to get food. Like all of a sudden, like it's the exact opposite of what I wanted.
Yeah. No, it's the worst. And then you're going to be clearing the tables and making sure the food is there, getting people drinks, missing the entire game.
There'll only be liberal people there. It'll be so boring.
No, big sporting events, me and Aaron walk around the corner and we sit on the couch with Matt and Cass, and that's it. And we pay attention to every play, listen to every word. I'm kind of a football fanatic, and I mean in the sense that I literally every Sunday will watch 2 to 3 games beginning to end.
Except you don't watch them live.
No, I don't watch them live because I
fun.
travel on Sundays. I'm always flying home from somewhere. So then you guys get on a group text and you start going, fucking Bills. And then I can't watch that game because I can't know how it ends and still watch the game.
That's all you listeners. It's a fun friend to have in the group. Like, stop, no spoilers. The game's over like 4 hours ago. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but don't you want to record so you can zip through the commercials and the halftime and all that?
My sweet spot is starting the game with like a half hour to go or like catching up to it.
Yes, exactly.
I'll usually do, it allows you to do the catch up with highlights, and I'll do that unless I can sense something crazy happen, and then I'll go into the game and watch it. But yeah, no, the commercials are unbearable.
Well, that guy Jim Mattress Mac in Houston, every year he makes a $2 million bet on the Super Bowl. And then if you're a customer of his and he wins, everybody gets a refund, I think from the whole year.
Wow.
So this year he picked the Patriots, which means
that's a cool gimmick.
$2 million will get him $4 million because it's double. It's plus 200 is the line, and it's also Pats are Seattle's favorite 4.5 points. Guess what the under over is?
No, wait. He's not going to double his. He's not going to win $4 million. It's 1-1 probably, right? We're horrible at this, but especially
it's plus 200, which means if you bet 100, you get 200.
I think people's heads are
so if he bets $2 million, he'll get $4 million.
I think people's heads are exploding listening to you say this.
No, plus 200. You double your bet.
All right, hold on. Ready? I'm going to do this.
Jesus,
I'm going to tell you right
go.
now.
And
Here's
now
Bet
he spins
MGM.
out.
Here's Bet MGM. How much do you want me to bet on them?
$2 million. Just say $200.
By the way, right now Patriots are plus 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That changed. I think.
So
is
yeah,
there an injury?
$10. So look, this is exactly what I just said. $10 bet on the plus 100 pays 20. That means I've doubled it. I don't win 20, I win 10.
Oh, because you've already given them the 10?
Yes.
Okay.
So anyway, whatever. Get this. I'm at Penmar, and then this old man who I don't know, and he's walking with a cane, but like sporty. He has his running shoes and his sweats on. I don't know. Maybe he's injured. So he has a cane. And then all of a sudden Gubbins goes, "You want to split a box? This guy sells boxes." I'm like, what are we talking about? So anyway, all of a sudden, the next thing I know, I'm good for $50 in a box that I don't think I'll ever see. But he's doing something interesting, which you should do on the boxes that when you have a Super Bowl party. It's, how it's like quarter, half, quarter, or quarter, half, quarter, third quarter game. His is every score a box pays. But they don't pay as much, but that's way more exciting.
Yeah, but then you've got to divide the amount of payments from the pot based on how many scores there's going to be.
But you're so good with numbers, as we just learned. You would do that in seconds.
This would be the youngest quarterback in history. If Drake May wins, he will be the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl in history. Pats, here's just some facts. Pats were 4-13 last season. I don't know if that's the biggest shift from bad to good in history as well. It's the first Super Bowl in NFL history in which both starting quarterbacks, May and Darnold, and both head coaches are in either their first or second season with their teams.
Wow.
That's kind of interesting. They're also the two best. Well, I think Seattle's ranked the number 1 defense in the league, and the Pats are like number 4 in the league.
I mean, I don't know. I think New England's going to win.
You want to bet?
Sure.
Okay. Right now, whatever the line is at the time, but right now it's 4.5.
Yeah, it's still 4.5.
All right. I'm going to take Seattle. You take the Pats. You owe me $10 from paddle tennis yesterday.
I do owe you 10. Oh, I meant to pay that.
Me. So why don't we take that 10 and
let her ride.
Bet that. Okay.
Yeah. Wait till I try to set up boxes for these 80 and 90-year-olds in Palm. I guess I'm going to start. That'll be interesting. Meanwhile, that's what I'm going to see. I'm going to see a bunch of millionaires who are like, how much is a box? 20? That'll happen.
Right. So I guess we should give a shout out to Bert Kreischer, who's been just showering us with love lately.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm going to play a clip right now. This is Bert last week on the Joe Rogan Experience. Just, showing us love. Hopefully this will be, you can hear this, but we'll.
Greg, you know when people go like, what kind of music you listen to? And you talk to a real musician, like you talk to the Black Keys, right? And then you go like, what do you guys listen to? And they're like, have you heard of the Velvet Thud or something?
Right. They've got some obscure
and you're like,
rap
and they're like,
too.
that's what you need to listen to. When people say, I listen to Sunday Papers, that's Fitzsimmons and Gibbons' podcast, I go, you're real comedy fans. Those are the 2 funniest human beings alive. Ever. Greg Fitzsimmons, when I got ready for Lucky, I brought him on the road with me. I was like, dude, I trust you. Just tell me where I'm sloppy. Tell me where I'm lazy.
So, I mean, it could not get higher praise from Bert that we are, the podcast to listen to. And then he...
I don't think Rogan has any clue who I am. The best was he was like, yeah, Greg's funny.
No, I talk to him about you all the time. Because we do the podcast for 3 hours, but then we go shoot pool for another 3 hours. So it's a 6-hour day, and he and I talk about everybody.
How is he not trying to kill himself in the gym during that time or plunging in a cold plunge?
Now he's already done that morning. I don't know how and then shoots archery and then what's amazing, he hasn't been on the road in a year because his daughters are
his elk.
Well, his daughters are at that age where he wants to be around, and he does spots in his club Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the whole weekend he's just like Family Guy.
Wow. Well,
yeah,
Family Guy, but then spending 8 hours with whatever his podcast guest is. But I guess that all fits in.
Well, that's during the day. Yes, kids are in school. What do you want them to fucking sit outside the schoolyard? So I was on there last week, and it was great. People, I had a lot of. It's so funny. I get mail from people, DMs or whatever, like, "Hey man, how come you're not pushing back on Rogan?" Because we have different politics, but we just don't talk politics. And it's like, all right, should I? Do I have a duty for the country to push back against someone whose politics might be different than mine? Do you do that at work? Do you go up to coworkers and dig in with them at a board meeting in front of everybody? Because that's what you're asking me to do.
Well, also pushback implies you've been pushed.
Right.
And that didn't happen when you were on there.
No, I spoke about ICE. I was very vocal about how I feel about ICE and that they are stomping all over the First Amendment, that they're taking pictures of people and showing up at their houses and taking their TSA and security, stripping that away just because they were protests. So there was a couple things that I don't hold my tongue. It just didn't come up, and I wasn't going to bring it up.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
Apparently it went very well, man. People love you in the comments, which is, I was expecting the worst because because the people that go in the Joe Rogan comments are very, very Joe Rogan, and I think they love shit talking about people that don't agree with their views. And there was none of that. Everyone just it was nice. You know what it was? And I'm not kidding. It was like it was a big picture thing that views you as one of the best guests he has.
Wow.
Yeah, there was
I
a
don't read
lot
the
of
comments. I'm afraid to for that reason. That's
I know.
really nice to hear.
I know. I wasn't afraid. I wanted to see you torn apart in there in hilarious ways that made no sense. To your credit, that would make no sense. But there weren't. People were like, always one of the best. Those type of comments.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, we had a nice comment from somebody wrote it. I thought it must have just happened, but you
no,
had
it
to go
did.
back
So
and
I
find
looked it up. You told me to look it up this morning. You're talking about on Spade and Carvey.
Yeah, their podcast.
Fly on the Wall podcast. I found it. So what happened was he recorded that the day after we recorded his cooking podcast with him.
Bert Kreischer.
And Bert was very tickled by my take on Frankenstein, and he didn't convey it right, so it's not even worth it. But he basically just said how funny we are, and it's amazing. He's so generous with that and telling those guys. And Spade knows who because he asked, and I was Spade's head writer for a while, and I know Dave, and so do you, obviously. And so, anyway. He was tickled by the Frankenstein thing. Was like when he finally gets on the ship and the monsters chasing him and like tearing apart and killing all the men outside. The doctor tells the longest story that begins with his childhood. And my whole take was the captain was like, yeah, right. So listen, can you jump to the end where there is an unstoppable beast killing all my men outside? Can you get to that part? Yes, I got it. You were a precocious child. So that, I guess, destroyed Bert, and we were on a roll with it, so he conveyed that to them. But this is the problem. Neither Spade or Carvey has seen Frankenstein. Bert didn't set it up like even half as well as I did. I just set it up, which wasn't that great. And they're just like, oh, okay, I guess it was funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
By the way, you missed a nice beach night last night. We went to watch the sunset. You were invited. It was
I saw the sunset from here. It was great.
Me and Aaron and Tom, and then Tom's nephew. It was an amazing sunset, and it was beautiful. I was just so pissed off I forgot to bring my bathing suit. The water was packed with people, even though I'm sure it's freezing. Tons of surfers, tons of people on the sand, and played Frisbee. They all had a bunch of drinks, and then we went over to Mao's Kitchen for dinner.
So eat that, the rest of America who's in
I
sleet
made a video.
and ice and 15 degrees at best.
I put out a little video, and I don't know if people are
You
hating
heard about it?
Yeah. Jim Norton on the podcast this week. I interviewed him yesterday. He was insane. He's so fucking funny. His special, Jim Norton's special, is as good as any special he's ever done. He just shoots it real simple at the Comedy Cellar. The whole special starts with him mid-joke. It couldn't be more dressed
that's
down.
interesting.
But, I mean, you really forget he is as good as anybody at stand-up comedy. He is so fucking boiled down and tight. Every word counts, and he's got a point of view. Every comic talks about you have to have a point of view. Jim Norton was born with a point of view.
Yeah.
He's so locked into his attitude. It's amazing.
I remember when he started, and this is probably very unfair of me to say, but I was like kind of going to the clubs because of you and everything, and the Cellar, I lived 2 blocks away. So I'd see comedy like 4 nights a week or something, and I was at HBO, and so I'd work with a lot of them too. But I remember Norton being like, it was the exact time where everyone was challenged by, they would unconsciously do Attell's rhythm and voice. It was like I imagine the height of the jazz scene when all of a sudden, whether it's Miles or something, like there's no shaking it. Like it's such a heavy influence.
We all sounded like Attell. I sounded like Attell.
It was such a heavy new way, and you would fall in. And I found that Norton was really under that spell, and not trying to be. And so I was always like a little like, oh, he's God, this sounds awful because he's so great. But I was like, oh, he's like a good version of Attell. Like, that's how I viewed him early on. He then found and latched into his own voice and reinforced his POV and became so strong. And then I went to a thing that Bert got roasted. It was a Whitney Cummings thing. I think it was on OnlyFans, and it was here at the Comedy Store. I could not believe how funny Jim Norton was roasting Bert. And that's one where it's like, that in a weird way is a challenge because Bert is so easy to roast and there's so much low-hanging fruit that I was planning on not being that impressed. He found ways to make it smart and clever. And if you can go find that, I was blown away by Norton especially.
Yeah, no, we talked about it on the podcast. I said, you were one of those guys that took a minute, like as Gaffigan started blowing up and Geraldo was blowing up and Sarah Silverman, like he was the guy that took a little bit longer. I said, and then like, I don't know if it was Opie and Anthony or a Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn, but his confidence shot up and he just didn't give a fuck anymore. And he said basically what he did was he started noticing what the comics were laughing at when he was on stage, and he realized that's the stuff that he was saying that he was embarrassed about and vulnerable about, and that he just started leaning into that, and he never looked back.
Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah.
What's this about Macy's?
Oh my God! All right, we have to cover this story. I'm gonna do it next week. Because I don't have it here. I just have a reminder jotted down. This thing came across my feed, and apparently this is more common than we think. The legendary Macy's on 34th Street, after closing, would bring down their Doberman pinchers, which lived in the penthouse. And they slept all day and they were incredibly trained, and they were watchdogs, guard dogs. And in Macy's, the Doberman pinchers had free reign, and nothing was ever robbed from Macy's on 34th Street. And it went until like the 80s or something like that.
What about Elf, though? Will Ferrell was running around. He built a whole Christmas village.
I know. Post dogs, I'm telling you. And I don't know where they went to the bathroom, but all I know is, especially the type of people I have in mind in New York who would go in to try to rob Macy's after dark, they are not going in once they hear that Doberman pinchers are roaming the place.
That's amazing.
I think that's incredible. And then the other thing I want to just mention is, have you and Aaron watched Secret Mall Apartment yet on Netflix?
No.
Secret Mall Apartment is a documentary. I guess it was in theaters a year ago. Jesse Eisenberg, or whatever his name is, I'm impressed. He's one of the producers. Anyway, especially if you are in creative fields or you love stories about artists, and you can relate. Because I really related because I had friends like these people. So I won't tell you what it's about. Just go watch Secret Mall Apartment on Netflix. And you should know, it gets more and more inspiring as it goes on. But
all right, so we are telling you, the viewer, to watch it, and we'll talk about it next week. And we're always true to that.
Well, you just have to watch it. I'll probably watch part of it again on the plane. I'm flying to Florida tomorrow. But you'll be, and it's a time where I'm like, I really have a high bar in feeling inspired these days, and this kind of did it. And it's about the little guy, so it's inspiring across a couple of levels. There's kind of big messages in there that they do not even intend or beat you over the head with, but you take away, especially little guy against big corporations and just that feeling in America now. It's fantastic.
All right, I got a bone to pick with you. We got a message from Paul LaQuasi, who
this
did
is
not
his old
get
message.
the koozie. I know, but I got a new message from him.
Oh.
He did not receive the koozie, so he's not giving us the $500 for Rocky Laporte, who is in very bad shape. So you cost Rocky $500.
Oh, come on. He heard our podcast. I mailed it to Port Jefferson.
It doesn't matter.
Look, you didn't give me.
You didn't ask me for the right address. I would have given it to you.
You have Polack Port Jeff and then the zip code, and then I had to Google it.
Yeah.
How about ask him, Mike? I'll send 2 koozies to Port Jefferson. God damn it!
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you mean 3? Yeah, I'll send him 2 now. I have to see how many I have left. I'll send him 2. I also asked people who commented in YouTube and stuff. I go, I'll make it right. I go, just hit me up on Venmo again. I don't want anyone losing $10, even though it is kind of a running joke. I did get a lot returned to me, which we showed on the podcast one time.
The logo this week comes from Bowles McLean. Is that really his name, Bowles?
I like that's a good name, a BM.
It's us in front of the Melania movie.
His initials are BM, and one of the words is bowl.
And one of them is clean.
Oh.
So we're in front of the Melania documentary, which apparently, you just see the spin both sides put on shit. All week, there was these screenshots of empty theaters, no tickets sold, and then it ends up making $7 or $8 million, which like sets some records for good ticket sales. So just everybody relax. And now everybody who started watching the Michelle Obama documentary to blow hers out of the water on Netflix.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to watch the Michelle Obama documentary. You want to know what I want to watch? I want to watch Michelle Obama and her husband do fucking something. Where are they?
I don't know.
Where are the Democratic leaders during this shit show?
I know where his daughter is. I can tell you that.
Okay, tell us.
Well, friend of a friend knows a guy she's dating.
Oh.
And I got to check with him how much we can get into it. I'll check and then we'll get
Is this
back
the one
on
that transferred from Michigan to USC?
All right, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. We can't start talking about
No,
it yet.
wait a minute. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. All I know is I went to my niece's graduation at USC and Michelle and Barack are there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Corrections. Lee says, Mike, I want my money back in an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, boy.
Train Dreams. Saw it in the theater. Ungrounded, unreal, overacted, self-indulgent. California pats itself on the back for courageously stating that emotions are real, immigrants are good, the environment is worth preserving, and women are strong. Real powerful stuff. Thanks again.
Lee, that's interesting. So I've only seen it once. None of what you wrote I saw in the movie. So maybe I have such a blind spot. This is, if you ask me what is Train Dreams about, the most beautifully framed pictures of rivers and trees. I didn't get any of that, so I guess I owe it to you to see it again.
I also haven't seen it, but I don't know that these are all negative things. Emotions are real. Okay.
Why does California pat it? Wait,
I think he's trying
I'm
to
the
paint
stupid.
This as a bunch.
He traveled a lot. Was this set in California?
But emotions should be real. Immigrants are good. Yeah. Yes. Illegal immigration to the extent that it's happened in the last few years was negative.
No, but Greg,
but you can't say immigrants are not good.
No. He or she is saying this is all super obvious stuff everyone should agree with. Why is it worth patting yourself on the back for having that?
Got it. All right. Moses James says,
God,
Greg,
and women are strong. God, I saw it about a man with the worst luck ever and how you go through life with the worst tragedies happening to you.
Greg, the word is pronounced golf with an O, not golf with an A. I've heard that. I say golf instead of golf.
Gandalf.
I say forehead. I say forehead instead of forehead.
Yeah.
Edgar
wait, what about when you have a bad dream?
Nightmare.
Yeah, you and Bert do that. Nightmare.
Ray Jepson said Edgar Allan Poe is from Boston, but he died in Baltimore. Okay, I did not know he was from Boston.
That's correcting me, I think. That's news to me.
Dates coming up. I'll be in Philadelphia, Helium Comedy Club. That's February 13th through 15th. Come on down for the Valentine's weekend. Lexington, Kentucky, February 19th through 21. Houston, February 26th through 28th. Dallas, Fort Worth, March 6th and 7th. And then we got our St. Patrick's Day show at the Hollywood Improv. That's March 17th. Gibbons will be performing on that.
I don't think, but all right, let's just keep going.
Then we got Janesville, Bakersfield, Escondido, Boston just announced coming up this spring. Go to fitzdog.com, get some tickets. We also want to talk about, it's kind of great. This episode is sponsored by Kalshi, the largest prediction market in the U.S.
I'm going to do it. I'm doing it for the Super Bowl. I got predictions.
You can trade on whether real-life world events will or won't happen. You're playing against a sports bet. You're not playing the house. It's they call it trading peer to peer. It's more like buying stock. So if you think something will happen, you buy a yes contract. If you think it won't, you buy a no contract. And then I did it for the Australian Open when Alcaraz was playing against some Russian guy. I forget his name, but Alcaraz was up 2 sets. Then he got a leg cramp and was dragging his. Did you see this match?
I can't talk about it because I also used Kalshi and my predictions didn't come true.
Well, mine almost did.
It was
very
fun
exciting.
as hell, though.
You can do it across the country, including California and Texas, which you can't do with a lot of different sites. Download the Kalshi app and use code PAPERS to get $10 when you trade $10. There you go. That's it. Put your money where your prediction is. Download Kalshi today. Use promo code PAPERS and get started. The other way you can win is by taking a product from Blue Chew. Blue Chew Gold. Fellas, you know what it's like. Sometimes, you need a little help. And Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand.
4-in-1 tablet. It combines 2 ingredients for blood flow with apomorphine and oxytocin to help your brain.
And it's fast and discreet. It's delivered right to your door. We've all struggled. There's no shame about it. And I'm telling you right now, this product will make you a champion. If you don't want to, women, you can send your man a link and he can buy it. So look, it's prescribed online by licensed medical providers, simple, private, convenient. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. And our listeners, look, we're at a certain age, our listeners. We don't have 17 to 19-year-old listeners. Let's be honest. We got a special deal for them get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code PAPERS. That's promo code PAPERS. Visit BlueChew.com for more details, important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. I'm a proud user. They sent me samples, and let's just say, sorry I was late for the podcast today.
And I, too, use a sponsor. I go on Kalshi, and I predict against your erections. So it all ties in.
There you go. Let's get a paper crinkling. It's time for the front page.
Here we go. Front page.
The Washington Post is laying off a third of its workers across all departments, scaling back foreign news, covering and shutting down some sections of the paper. The executive producer announced layoffs on a Zoom call. They will restructure local news, fire editors, close the books department, shrink the number of journalists overseas. In a letter to the newsroom shared with CBS News, Murray wrote that the restructuring plans are intended to, quote, place the Washington Post on a stronger footing and better position the paper in a rapidly changing era of new technologies and evolving user habits, and to protect his friend. It's fucking Mark Bezos bought the company. Jeff Bezos. I was confusing with Mark Zuckerberg. And basically is taking a liberal media outlet and getting rid of it.
Well, listen, I can understand the cutbacks. These are very slow news days. What are they going to write about?
Right. Yeah.
How about the Amazon owns this newspaper and they're closing the books department? Like, you would think you would at least corrupt the books department to just push books, but we all know it's not really a bookstore anymore.
What, Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it started. It did. It started as a bookstore. I forgot about that. Amazon. That's all they did.
Oh,
when they
Bezos'
first started.
ex-wife. Listen, there's probably a lot of problems that I'm unaware of. I don't know a lot about her. What I do know about her is she earned whatever she walked away with. Like, she was a award-winning author, and then she was in that garage or wherever they cooked up Amazon.com, and she was really there for the creating of it and everything. And also, I think she gives away a lot of her money.
People always say that, and then you look at that they gave $1 billion away, and then you see, oh, they're worth $63 billion. So
Well, compare it to what Jeff gives away. I think she's slaughtering him.
I know. An Olive Garden employee died.
She
from
should buy the Washington Post and beef it up. That would be a great move. That would be a cool move.
An Olive Garden employee died from burn injuries he suffered after thrusting his head into. Oh, this is your story.
Oh yeah, man! Olive Garden employee died from burn. This is an interesting injuries he suffered after thrusting his head into a deep fryer in what police have categorized as a suicide attempt. Yeah, I think it's a safe categorization. The harrowing incident occurred Friday afternoon at the Williamsport, Pennsylvania restaurant where the decedent, oh no, worked as a cook. Police and emergency workers arrived at the restaurant around 4 p.m. in response to the 911 calls about an employee removing his clothes and attempting to harm himself. In audio from
I guess he didn't want to get oil stains on his clothes.
In audio from the fire department, a dispatcher is heard saying, "I don't have a lot of details. A lot of people screaming, some kind of burn victim." In a subsequent dispatch, the operator added that a male victim went headfirst into the fryers. Oh. I mean, is it bobbing for chicken parm? What is happening in that kitchen?
Well, it doesn't say it, but I'm guessing this guy was Italian, like from Italy Italian, and he walked in thinking he was working in an Italian restaurant, and the day he was in the walk-in freezer and realized the shrimp from the shrimp scampi was the same meat as the lobster and the lobster ravioli and the chicken parmesan, I think he just went, I can't take it. Where's the fucking deep fryer?
I'll have the 5 cheese ziti alla suicido, please.
It says here, you forgot to read this last part. He was laid to rest in an open casket with a side of marinara. So
He's just packed in there with breadsticks. Unlimited, by the way. Unlimited breadsticks. Just packed in there tightly. I mean, by the way, everyone who is in the Olive Garden kitchen's like, wait a minute. I did not know that was an option. I did. You should put that in the manual, the new employee manual.
Well, I think they made a higher counter between the kitchen and the dining room to keep the diners from running in and dunking their heads in a deep fryer after the meal.
It's Italian. Yeah, it's also family style. Do they have big fryers so whole families can dunk their heads in them?
Melinda Gates, speaking of wives of billionaires who are now billionaires themselves, spoke out for the first time since the release of Epstein files that contain mentions of her husband, Bill Gates.
Oh, yeah.
In an interview, she said she felt unbelievable sadness about her ex-husband's name mentioned in the new batch. Whatever questions remain there for those people and for even my ex-husband, they need to answer those things, not me. And I am so happy to be away from all the muck that was in there. Epstein wrote of his relationship with Gates, quote, in my role as his right hand, I had been asked on multiple occasions. I think Gates' right hand was pretty busy doing something else. I had been asked on multiple occasions and in hindsight wrongly acquiesced into participating in things that have ranged from the morally inappropriate to the ethically unsound, and have been repeatedly asked to do other things that get near and potentially over the line into the illegal. Epstein described those activities as, quote, helping Bill to get drugs in order to deal with consequences of sex with Russian girls, to facilitating his illicit trysts with married women, to being asked to provide Adderall. Well, yeah, you would need a little Adderall to keep up with all of this.
Okay. Who knew one of the smartest guys on our planet is so unresourceful. It's like, hey, Bill, change the world by creating a Windows-like user experience with this new thing called a personal computer. And he's like, no problem. Also, it's going to take a bit. Can you round up some Adderall? Wait, how would I possibly get Adderall like every high school kid in America does? How does that happen?
Yeah, I better to ask a guy who's running an international pedophile ring to get me a almost over the counter drug.
Yeah.
And now, like, apparently he spread STDs with his wife. So Melinda apparently needed antivirus for her laptop and her lap.
Yeah. And when you get the Adderall, you're like, Jeff, like, are these a dead kid's Adderall? He's like, I will, no need to know basis, Bill. He's like, okay, all right, I got it. I won't ask anymore. Thanks.
Yeah, and by the way, you'd think paying a woman $50 billion in alimony buys her shutting the fuck up. You think you could manage that?
The best was that detail where he then, from what I've heard, Bill was seeking advice on how to surreptitiously slip Melinda antibiotics so she wouldn't know she was infected. Meanwhile, I can't believe Bill Gates is having that much sex with his wife.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Not only based on his island stuff, but, he goes away on his little reading retreats all the time. He's super nerd. They're old. They've been married forever.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but I don't know when this happened, though.
Yeah. Well, she's also really, really old for him. She's over 14, so.
Oh, no.
Time for the ethical question.
Here we go.
All right, it's my week to do it. I'm going to ask you this. Mike, you have a cheating friend. You are friends with him and his wife. Do you have a responsibility to let the wife know that he is cheating on her?
Right. We've touched on this, and last week had a similar, or maybe 2 weeks. Anyway, yeah, that's a really tough one. The virtuous answer is yes. But
thank God. I mean, if you said no, I was going to go, thank God.
Oh,
I'm asking for a friend.
Right. But I think you talk to your buddy, right, first, I guess, and be like, what's the plan?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you give him an ultimatum, like you tell her or I will?
Also, I shouldn't say this, but I would, I hate admitting it, but I would factor in is this a one-time thing when he was on vacation or whatever with a meaningless blah, blah, blah?
Fair. Yeah. No, because ultimately you're protecting her from something. Humiliation.
Again, the right answer is you intervene no matter what it is.
All
but
all right.
Good question, yeah.
All right, second
and it's also
one.
hard for me because it applies to every one of my friends.
It's what's funny?
I've got a lot of communicating to do with these wives.
I don't know any friends that cheat on their wives. There's a couple comedians I know that step out on the road a little bit, but my non-comedian friends, I can't think of one that cheats on his wife.
Oh no, we don't know a single, first of all, the whole thing is so baffling. If you're juggling, if you have a relationship on the side, I can't even imagine. I don't have the bandwidth.
Yeah.
And the people with 2 families, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Then you need 2 phones.
Charles Kuralt on the road. Yeah, he was on the road quite a lot.
Yeah. All right. The other thing I want to talk about is, thank you guys because our numbers are up. We have started getting advertising again, and we're happy to share some of these great companies with you. Let's talk about sleep because, how your temperature is while you're sleeping. They say you want to stay cool. Some people run hot really easily. Some people get too cold.
This is a great idea.
Miracle Made sheets are designed by NASA-inspired silver-infused fabric, regulates your body temperature while you sleep. It's regular sheets can hold more bacteria than a toilet seat.
Okay.
Which is fine because I often pass out on the toilet, so that's not a big deal for me.
Right. You sleep like a baby
Oh, yeah.
on that toilet seat.
So this prevents 99.7% of bacterial growth. Everything stays cleaner. You don't have to wash as often. Fewer odors. I don't get a lot of odors on my sheets.
I don't either, but I like fewer wash cycles. But you want to know a little thing? I'm going to get these because one thing I do, after like, I guess it's like a week, I have a king size bed. The other side, not used at all. Yep. Not to boast, and then I'll go start sleeping on that side for the next week.
Cheating on yourself, yeah.
And I slip into fresh, crisp sheets, but these have silver in them. I'm getting them.
I got them. You didn't get your free sample? They sent me a free sample. You were supposed to send in the size of your mattress to get them.
What? When?
I got them. Let me tell you something.
I'm getting
it is like sometimes I sleep in decent hotels, sometimes I sleep in very good hotels. This is Four Season quality. Just so smooth, breathable. I love them. So if you care about better sleep, better skin, and a cleaner bed, these are an easy upgrade. Upgrade your sleep today. Go to trymiraclesingular.com/papers, and you'll save over 40%. This is a pretty good deal. When you use free promo code PAPERS, you'll get an extra 20% off plus free 3-piece towel set. That's miraclesingular.com/papers, code PAPERS, and you save so much. I think they owe you money at the end. Thanks to Miracle Made for sponsoring this episode. All right, let's get to some entertainment.
There you go, buddy. What a story.
Turning Point USA is staging a rival counter-programming event titled All-American Halftime Show. It was launched in response to the NFL selection of Puerto Rican artist Bad Bunny as the official headliner, which drew criticism from conservative figures. I guess because Bad Bunny's not American, even though Puerto Rico is American. And we have in the past had the Stones from England, McCartney from England, U2 from Ireland, Coldplay from the UK, Shania Twain from Canada, Phil Collins. I don't know what year that was a slow year for the Super Bowl. But here's their artist. Phil Collins was in the Super Bowl, I guess.
Don't remember it.
But here's who they got. Here is the fucking treasure trove of big name acts. Kid Rock, okay, they're got to be tired of Kid Rock. He's at everything.
I know.
And then they got country artists. Have you heard of any of these people? Brantley Gilbert,
No.
Lee Bryce, or Gabby Barrett?
I've heard the name Lee Bryce.
But you can't miss it because it's gonna stream on Rumble channels. It'll be on Real America's Voice, One America News Network, and Daily Wire Plus. So, I mean, you're not going to be able to turn around without seeing Brantley Gilbert and Lee Bryce.
What's the plus in Daily Wire? It's plus misinformation.
Yeah. So, they're very upset about this. They're very upset about the halftime show.
Did you see the Bad Bunny reaction at the Grammys? Apparently it infuriated Trump, if you can believe all the reports of that. But I would like to know, I would like to translate what he's saying as he's saying it and stuff, although I doubt he'll say anything at the Super Bowl. He's just going to sing his hits. And those songs are gigantic.
Well, they're also bringing up Green Day, and they have been very outspoken against, I think,
Wait, you
ICE
see, I haven't read anything about it. Are they really bringing up Green Day?
Yeah, they're going to open, and then there's a bunch of really cool cameos that are coming up. Brandy Carlisle.
With Bad Bunny.
With Bad Bunny.
Wow.
Who else? There's like 2 or 3 other acts that are coming up who are pretty big name, pretty interesting musicians. Let's Make America Florida.
Here we go.
I'm trying to keep this thing moving because I know you got a heart out.
Yeah, you might cross the finish line without me. Make America Florida. This was emailed to us by Greg. Thank you, Greg. Florida Republican gubernatorial candidate James Fishback said Monday he joined the dating app Tinder to meet young female voters in the state. Fishback, who's 31, wrote on the social platform X that he joined Tinder, quote, to meet young female voters where they are, which is in their parents' house, and share my plan to make it easier for them to get married, buy a home, and raise a family. He also shared a screenshot of his Tinder profile in which he said his hottest take is that Florida should offer paid maternity leave to all moms. Oh, man. He's trying to get in the daughter's pants and the mom's pants with this line of BS.
Yeah.
Half an hour later, Fishback wrote on X that he, quote, ran out of likes and asked for donations so he could subscribe to Tinder Plus, which gives users unlimited likes and ability to see who has liked their profile. Fishback is an investor and a hedge fund manager who's running in the GOP primary to succeed DeSantis. And then Broward County School District, it turns out, had cut ties with Fishback in 2022 following allegations he had an inappropriate relationship with a 17-year-old student when he was 27. Again, he just met her where she was, which was at her parents' house.
He met her where she was at a Girl Scout jamboree.
Yeah.
Wow. So this guy is a hedge fund manager that can't afford the money to subscribe to Tinder Plus?
This is the resourcefulness that I'd be voting for. This guy who can't figure out on his own how to get up to the X level of the dating app.
And how do you run out of likes? Is that like I ran out of fucks?
I imagine, yeah. I imagine it's like, yeah, well, you probably get 5 a month or something like that.
Oh, my God. Good for you. All
and
right,
he smoked right through them. All right,
let's make Florida.
This was also sent in.
Oh,
let's make America Philly again.
Okay.
Matt sent this in to us, which is very sweet. And he said, my hometown made the news just outside of Philly. So here we go, Matt. Here's your story. Officers from the Norristown Police Department were called to the intersection of Stainbridge and West Erie Streets in the morning of February 4th after receiving reports of a naked man standing in the way of traffic. According to police, a man not wearing any clothing was seen vandalizing a parked car and hitting cars that were passing, which was creating a dangerous environment for the community. So officers were already there, and while they were on the scene checking it out, another marked police car was then captured on camera entering the scene and smashing into the naked man. The video has since gone viral. Cell phone video captured the moments when the naked man was hit by the police car while standing in that intersection. The man was seen in the video flying several feet before falling to the ground. Once on the ground, officers surrounded him and were able to restrain him before giving him medical attention. The officer driving the car was immediately given 3 medals for how great he handled the scene. No, the officer was placed on administrative leave, but he probably will receive an award, I imagine.
Wait, did he hit the guy on purpose?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
I'll say this, and this might sound racist. If this happened at night, there's no way this would have happened to your typical Philly Irish guy because you would have seen his pasty white body. This might have been a black man.
Oh, all right. Yeah. I mean, it's saved by whiteness again with the police. But oh my God, what a scene. Imagine that cop on administrative leave now too. Like just the vision of the black guy naked. Oh, you put in my head, it's a black guy. A naked guy flying through the air like head over heels that you just smashed into. And the video's going viral. The best are the people who post that. Like, yeah, this has to be shared.
Yeah. All right, let's cut down to, I think we better get to this day in history.
All right, here we go. This day in history. Let's do it.
Let's keep it tight.
All right. I have to find it. We're on We're a Chrome podcast now. All right, here we go. Gotta admit, didn't really have a lot of time to look through it. You ready? Hank Aaron was born on this day in what year? Give or take 5 years.
1927.
1934.
Did I miss? I just missed. Okay.
Why wouldn't you have done? I like hearing you. I thought you were going to think out loud on this one.
Well, we don't have time. You have some kind of hard out today.
I do. I have a Zoom. All right. How about this? When was the famous Super Bowl where the Patriots, down 25 points, came back and beat the Atlanta Falcons? Give or take 2 years. What year did Tom Brady and the Patriots beat the Falcons with the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history?
2018.
Man, 2017.
Nice.
Very cool. Let's see. Would you know when Jake LaMotta, the Bronx Bull, handed Sugar Ray Robinson his first defeat? Give or take. I'm going to give you 10 years on that one.
1949.
43.
All right.
All right.
I mean, I was just thinking about Raging Bull, and it was shot, wasn't it in black and white? No, because it had that red blood showing. But it looked like the 50s, so I figured it had to be in the 40s.
All right, you're a literary fan. Let me see if there's
Okay.
a more fun one. How about this one before we get to that? What year did Jay Leno host his last episode of The Tonight Show before handing it over to Conan O'Brien? Give or take 2 years. What year was that?
No, that's a tough one. 2025. 2016.
I guess you got it. 2014.
Nice.
Okay, you like I know you like Bob Marley. Bob Marley was born on this day in what year? Give or take 4 years.
1937.
Oh, dude, 45.
Oof.
All
Did
right,
you give me
can't
10
end on
years?
it. Huh?
How many years did you give me?
I think I gave you 4 years.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Julius Caesar's forces delivered the final blow against supporters of Pompey in the Great Battle of Thapsus. Give or take 400 years. When was this final blow against
The year 200 AD.
You did it, buddy. 46 BC.
Nice.
You were off by 250 years, but you still got it with the window I gave you. All right, we're moving on.
All right, let's get down to no letters to the editor. Apparently, we didn't get any comments on our YouTube channel, Mike. I guess there was none. That might be where you jump in and grab a couple. No obituary. Nobody big died this year that we know of, right?
Hold on. I think you didn't lose me. I didn't disappear, did I, from the screen?
No.
Oh, good. Wow, I thought I did. Sorry, what happened? YouTube comments?
No. Yeah, you didn't pull any YouTube comments.
No, but I answered everybody.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I don't see any celebrity deaths. I'm checking right now.
I don't think.
No, nobody big. Oh, Catherine O'Hara. What are we saying?
Oh, man, we didn't cover that last week.
Maybe we did.
Listen, I don't think we did. But, no, that's a big one. We should talk about it next week.
All right, let's talk about it next week.
Because she was
do her
extraordinary.
justice. Yes, okay. Let's get down to the funnies.
Let's do it. Here we go. Crankle time.
All right, comedy caption contest last week. The frame was a bald gentleman in the bathroom looking in the mirror. He looks very unhappy. He's got a brush in his hand. Tim McCain said, "I like my chances."
That's a good one.
That's my tagline when I did a Rogaine commercial back in the 90s.
That's a great callback.
Rich Butchko said Fabio's reincarnation after a sinful life.
Lot to think about there. Reincarnation, okay. What about he just let it go? Is Fabio dead?
No.
Fabio dead?
Saw him at a restaurant about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Will-
That means he's alive now.
Will Hansen said, well, he was eating healthy. He had a salad. Will Hansen said, yes, I may be losing my hair, but I've managed to retain my youthful acne, which is an old joke of mine.
These guys know your sets really
Yeah.
well.
This is very cute. Bruce Wise, who does a lot of our artwork, said, old Josh was feeling the suck. His hairstyle a sad Friar Tuck. He looked in the mirror, and it couldn't be clearer. Without cash, he would never get fucked.
That's impressive.
That's pretty impressive.
It sounds like ChatGPT, just saying.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. I'm kidding.
Kurt said, I'm not balding. I'm just becoming more aerodynamic.
I think it says Kurt because I think that's a famous line from Kurt Vonnegut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Sean from Ontario said, oh, boy, I look like George Costanza fucked Danny DeVito, then had an abortion. Fuck you, Rogaine.
Wow. Went to the first part was
Came
nice.
hard. Right up the middle. Right down the gut, as Joe Buck likes to say.
I mean, it's short and sweet. I like my chances.
Okay. Tim McCain, congratulations. You win a koozie. What's left of them? This is gonna be the final weeks of the koozies, according to Mike. There's not a lot left. Honorable mention to Bruce Wise, by the way, for the limerick. Next week's comic caption is there's a gentleman who looks like me in a doorway, and there's a dog on the carpet shitting, and there's a Sunday Papers framed
This is
picture
homemade.
on the wall.
I like this. This is homemade.
Yes. So
there's
come up with
pee
a
and
caption.
poop on the carpet in a really ransacked type place. Your little poster's askew. The sofa's been beat up.
And let's say that's me. That's me in the doorway.
100%
that's
you.
my dog. Yeah, okay. Let's get to the pros. Hager is in his living room. His daughter is sitting on a chair. There's a gentleman playing music. He's one of those, like, carnival guys who's got the bass drum on his foot, a guitar, a harmonica, and he's clanging a drum with his elbow. Then what's-his-name walks in, who just plays a lute, and he goes, what does he have that I don't? And Hager goes, isn't it obvious? So
One-man band.
So Hager allows men to court his daughter. Does that seem Viking-like?
It almost seems like a king with a jester, and he's letting the jester do his best, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
It just seems to me that Hager would have an axe and a sword and would be decapitating anybody trying to, let's be honest, grape his daughter, because there's no lovemaking back then.
All right, I've hit my heart out. I'll end on The Onion. The Onion's a picture of Trump, and it says, Trump scolds female reporter for being adult. So I like that one. All right, I guess I got to keep this window open somehow.
Yeah, keep it open. Don't fuck up.
I'll try not to fuck up. All right, I'm promoting Secret Mall Apartment, and take it eesh.
Take it each to you. And then I'll finish it out. I'll do one Lockhorns. Leroy and Loretta are at the table. She's ladling out some stew. And then she goes, what do you mean, when? I haven't even started serving yet. So he said, when, like, stop. That's funny. Blondie is sitting down reading a newspaper with her back to Dagwood Bumstead, which is how she should always be positioned. He's sitting there. I love it. Feet up on the hassock, hands in the pocket. Just the ultimate beta posturing. And he goes, so what's for dinner, sweetheart? She goes, you can have your choice, honey, macaroni or cheese. And he goes, somebody must have had a long day. She goes, somebody sure did. Really? Well, if she did, Dagwood, get your fucking hands out of your pocket and go make some goddamn macaroni and cheese for the family. You're a mid-level manager who's constantly in threat of being fired. You haven't hit a bonus in 26 years. Make the fucking macaroni and cheese. And then maybe you can get a little piece of her. All right. I don't know why Mike couldn't have stayed the extra 30 seconds, but that's the end of the show. We're going to remind our listeners to support our sponsors. That would mean a lot to us. go to Kalshi, and you're going to get $10. Use code PAPERS. Kalshi, I'm sorry. Use code PAPERS and get $10 when you trade $10. Blue Chew, you're going to go to bluechew.com and use code PAPERS and get 10% off. And then finally, we have Miracle Made. And the site is trymiracle.com/papers. Get 40% off plus another 20% off. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Gotham Podcast, for producing. And we'll catch you guys next time. God bless America.
The earth has spun around 7 more revolutions. A lot of shit has happened with very few solutions. How do you unpack what's happened this week? Give Mike and Greg the mic and listen to them speak on Sunday